on.
Now recording.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Last week in Ball Z.
Mic check. All right. When last we left our intrepid crew, you guys had just been in a altercation is the kind word for it with Mr. Wretch. He is that guy needs to be hidden, at least, gone away. Had since fallen, or whatever it was that y'all beat, several sessions ago. It's still sitting in the middle of town. But yeah, Mr.
The
Wretch.
Dredge with no head?
Yeah.
That was still in town?
Yeah, it was still just sitting in the middle of the
Well, it's only been a day or two. I don't think they know how to properly dispose of it.
But yeah, anyway, Mr. Wretch, started his morning by terrorizing the inhabitants of Roderick's Cove with his disgusting projectile vomit, which he also got on our resident school teacher, the wizard Talim. As Talim is standing there, kind of arms out to the side, still feels like maybe he's secretly sticky and dripping in puke, even though what's the guy's name? Xavier just did prestidigitation to clean him up. You see Bellman approaching from the north of the town. As he gets closer to y'all, he says, by the way, he's now played by oh my god, I can't remember his name. David Schwimmer.
Sean Bean.
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer.
God.
David Schwimmer.
Yeah, you did it with Sean Bean. At least you know he was going to die.
I like the apatheticness of Ross a little bit more. Hi.
But see, Ross, never mind. Continue.
Hey, I'm glad I caught you guys before you left town. Cordova wants to see you for a minute. He shoves his finger in his nose. So,
Let me change first.
And he just walks off.
Go change before you stench up the place.
My clothes are clean, but when they say
you're
it's
still
the thought
dirty.
that counts, and I can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, I'm retching. I'm Mr. Wretched on. I'll be there in a minute. Ugh.
Rach is still in his house or in the orphanage sleeping. Just pointing that out.
Yeah, I think he's still out cold, isn't he?
You guys should go get Raish. I'll try to get in a better mood and in some clean clothes if I have any.
Xavier, yeah, I think we can go make him
3 days.
So yeah, Talim, you go off to change, and Dahor and Xavier go and wake up Raish.
What is it?
Boy, you picked a lucky day to sleep in.
What happened? What's going on? Why do you smell?
Well, about that. So, yeah, you know that rancher guy that's around town?
Oh, he came back.
He got us. He got Talim.
I wish I could have seen it.
I won't lie, it was pretty damn funny. But God, it reeks. Even the dog won't go near him.
So, what's going on? What are we doing now?
Well, we're gonna meet up with Talim, and apparently Cordova wants to see us.
All right, let's go.
All right. So you get to the museum right as Talim is showing up in some fresh robes. Probably had to go with some more ornate robes rather than what he's been traveling in the last couple of days. It's really all he had clean, I assume.
Yeah,
Just
pretty much.
Thought of that.
I honestly probably all I had clean was my teaching outfit, which is just a black robe and a simple cap and belt.
You look amazing.
So, y'all,
I'm still here.
Cordova waves you off. Come on, come in, come. Aldrani is there again. She's come back by early in this morning. She's like, yes, yeah. Listen, men. Time has gotten away from me, and I have realized that I must take my leave. I have a long journey ahead. I hope to see you at the end of it, but my old bones don't travel as fast as they once did. So I must take my leave now. I wanted to see you before you left, because I must ask something of you, Talim. You see,
What?
your knowledge.
Today's really not the day,
Yes.
but I'll listen.
Your immense knowledge would be best put to use here, in my shop with my resources. Aldrani and I have been discussing, and we believe that you should take over the museum and my studies to help guide these men through their perils.
I'm not fully following you.
Dehora's gonna sit down and just go, "We're doomed."
So
You to stay here, Tali. Stay here. I
what do
cannot
you
risk
stay here?
you.
How can
out.
I stay here? Who's going to go with them? I'm the elder of this town in all senses and regards, and this is the duty that falls on me from my family. The duty that since the day you showed up, was also around the time that my brother disappeared. That was his charge. That's what he did. He's not here. I have to do it. Who's
Your brother? Yes. So, is that your final say then? If your brother's not
my
here,
final say? Am I in court? What is this?
Yes, you are in the courts of me. So, but is that how you want it then? If no one is here to take your place, then you must leave.
If there is no one to do what I need to do, I have to go. How fair is it to them to send them out with less than what they've had?
I just want to say, I think we're going to be okay. And he snaps his gun up, cocks it.
When you like flip it out and go to cock it, like the barrel hangs open for a second, and then like you fumble as you try to put it back, and it just swings back. Oh yes.
So, like I was saying,
I've got it.
if you can provide me with someone that I have confidence is going to do what we need done, I will stay here and help you.
He sits back down at his desk and he pulls out that same wooden box. He's a damn stuck-up elf, always making me go through resources. Where's the 10? Just like throwing
You knew what
things.
you were getting into when you hired me. Apparently, you're
Do we
from the
need to-
future. You know how I am.
We need to jump to conclusions. I would like to volunteer to run the museum, and we let Halim go.
Sit
I
down.
just
You're
want to
not
throw
stealing
my name
anything.
into
Ray,
the
if
hat.
you ran the museum, there wouldn't be a museum. It would be a wall of empty spots where things used to be. You know what they call that? A graveyard.
I like to think of it as a bazaar.
Yeah, it's bizarre. There wouldn't be anything left in the museum.
It's a bizarre.
Waves his hand, waves you off.
As y'all are saying this, Cordova's still like just throwing things over his shoulder one at a time, and he finally reaches down in the box and he pulls out one scroll. here it is. It's very valuable. I can only do this once. So, hold on.
Do what once?
Just wait. he walks over to a desk and he spreads it out and wipes some sweat off of his brow. He comes back over
So
to
he
you.
puts his
over.
knees, his elbows on the table, and rests his hand on his chin and just watches. Mm-hmm.
He comes back over to you and like looks you over and just like yanks a hair out of your head and then walks back and,
What the?
and drops the hair on the ground and then reads the scroll and disappears.
Well,
What just happened?
is he dead? I think he's dead. We should
Hey,
probably get all of
son
this
of a
stuff
bitch.
out of him.
Ah, put that down.
Ah,
Did he just ditch us?
I think he just ran.
isn't Adrani still here?
Yeah.
This is when I use my Adrani Sam because Cordova just disappeared. And apparently he had a plan. She must know something about it. I'm gonna try and message her or something. I don't know. Somebody go get her. This is some
after
high grade time wizard bullshit.
All right, I'll go get her.
right as you
And have to stay here and guard the museum until he
start
comes back.
room, and all of a sudden he reappears in a puff of smoke, holding a young man by the elbow. This young man is dressed in a chain shirt and some light armor. He appears to be a half elvish male with a toothbrush in his mouth.
My guy will turn around and go, "What the hell is this?"
Yes, really. What the hell is this?
Yeah. You said, if your brother was here, then so logically I went back to the last place where your brother was when I showed up in town, and I brought him here. And your brother is standing there, wide-eyed, with a toothbrush in his mouth still. Yeah. What does he say?
Which person? I think they're both stunned, speechless right now, to be honest.
The one that you have control of.
I'm just gonna like look over and be like, "I didn't know you had a brother."
I haven't seen my brother in a number of time that I can't think. For once, you know how to steal my words, old man. How
This is where I'm
that
not
you?
try to play your character, but yeah, Tathan would be like, I just saw you last night.
Tathan, no, you did not see me just last night. It's been years.
Well, your two characters are now going to have to talk to yourself, so I'm going to let you take this over, Josh.
Oh, fine.
He doesn't get he's been pulled through time, and that's why he's been missing for years.
Yeah. Yep, he's still standing there, not a day older than the last time you saw him.
You are literally wearing the clothes that I last saw you in years ago. But these are the clothes that I saw you in yesterday, Talim. Why are you acting like you're seeing a ghost? I'm right here. I don't have an answer, Tathan. Jeez, Talim, you always say it wrong. It's Tathon. That's just because you used the way Dad said it. It's Tathan. Tathon. Tathan. Tathon. At this time, both of them are silent. It's just as they're walking towards each other, back and forth, correcting, they just stop correcting each other, and it's just Talim just wraps his brother up and Tathan still has a fucking toothbrush in his mouth, just to be honest here. And Tathan does not know exactly what's going on, so he just keeps brushing his teeth because this is normal for him. It's just another day. He doesn't fully comprehend what Talim's saying right away. And then the words the old wizard said sunk in. What? You pulled me to the... But why? Why did you pull me to the future when I'm already here? What about... Why not get the actual me? None of this makes sense. It doesn't make sense to me either, Tathan.
Well, you see, boys, strictly speaking, since I went back and got you today, I have always gone back and got you. So technically, you did not exist in this world this morning, and there was no you to find. Yes.
So you stole me from my past so I could have a future?
Yes, look, what's 5 or 15 or however many years it was? It's just the important
Talim's
thing
the
is,
teacher. I'm the Bible boy. He's the teacher. You're talking to the wrong one, man. Brushes his teeth. Tell him, Talim. I don't have words. Any doubts I ever had in you are gone, Cordova. There was not a single thing that you could have done to prove more than this.
well, I'm glad I could alleviate your worries, and even more so glad that you can do the job that I have assigned to you. And he picks up a bag that you like. He just picks one up out of nowhere. You don't have no idea where he grabbed it from, and slings it over his shoulder. He's all right. Now,
What?
let's take my leave.
Where you
No, no,
going?
no.
Wait. Cordova, before you leave, you're not going to say anything about changing this man's life and making his brother, who he thought may have been dead or something for years, and you're just going to leave us like that with nothing?
What? Was that wrong?
You
Just
realize
a smidge?
Tathon continues brushing his teeth. Like, looks like he's counting his fingers on his left hand with his thumb, and he's brushing his teeth slowly, squinting his eyes. Talim's like, okay, this definitely convinced me of your capabilities and your story. But it also convinced me for the last some odd years that I've been suffering and going through things because of you.
Oh,
get out.
I also,
now.
but
You're already leaving.
Get it, your worries.
Do you have the deed to the? Do you have the deed to the museum? Where is it?
Well, it's in the paperwork somewhere. And he points over to an immense pile of scrolls. That's essentially just like one room full of mounds and mounds of scrolls. It's over there.
I'm not touching that.
Where are you going?
Well, I am to be heading to the east. I will be scaling the mountains, you see. You boys will probably be there before me. As I've said, I'm old.
Oh, Talim, you brought my sword. Yes, your sword. That is correct. Just check in on us, Cordova, because you've left me 2 messes, one in my head and one in my new office.
He will be fine. You have fun in the mountains.
You turn around, Cordova's not there.
Son of a bitch.
Is Adrani the one that cooked us food that one time?
No, that was Kira something. Karia.
Okay.
That was the sheriff's girlfriend.
Raish is gonna look at Ardrani and be like, "Do you know how to cook?"
So we'll just cut to you guys at the bar right there.
I can't believe she didn't know how to cook.
That's a good spot for it. Right. So yeah,
Rude.
now we unless Talim has more he wants to say, I say we will pick up with Raish, Dahor, Xavier, and Tathan.
Tathon.
Tathan in the bar.
Listen, Tattoo. How old are you?
Me? I'm only 35, man.
And what do you do?
I hunt slavers, dude. Bruh. Sorry. Goblin tongue. It hangs out with me sometimes. I apologize. Well, now that I got my sword, like I do every day, well, I just work for the church for a long time. And well, I'm a hunter by trade and a Bibletician by words I don't know.
A Bibletician.
Bibletician.
Yeah.
And
Raish is like beady-eyed looking at you like, Bibletician? What the hell is that?
Dahor is just gonna like rub his forehead and be like, "So I trade one young guy for another young guy. Great.
He
My
said
brother's
he's
Tell me
way
you're more
older than
useful
me.
than the other kid."
You realize my brother's full elf. I'm only a half elf, man. I'm 35.
I hope that makes you better.
You realize my brother was a smart one, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
God. We are in so much trouble. Rachel hanging his hands.
I'll say, whoa. Okay. What's your special skills? What can you do to help us?
I kill those who enslave others. I mean, you know how my family works, right? Have
Apparently
you seen?
not like I used to.
Have you seen? My brother's had my sword. Well, apparently he only had it for a day, so you probably wouldn't know much of anything. I guess I could tell you.
So
I
how
wasn't
many
ready
years
for
was
this.
he actually gone for?
I think like 15.
Okay, so obviously Dahor would know this.
Yeah, Dahor would know.
Yeah, you probably would have, because around the time that Tathon had actually disappeared was around the time that Cordova showed up, and also around the time that their parents actually died. Well, not both of them. The mother was dead a long time ago, but the father finally keeled over from old age. He was full human. You actually were there. I'm telling you, you were there. Sorry,
Yep.
For his funeral service, because he was the last teacher.
Okay.
So
Raish wants to
I'll
lean
have
in.
Dahor like snap at him and be like, "No, kid, you need to understand. He didn't have the sword for a day. He had it for 15 years.
That's not possible.
How much older do I look?
You always
Think
look
about
old.
it. And when did I have a dog or a wolf?" And then Wolf perks up.
It's huge, freaking wolf.
And shows up. How old did your brother look? I know he's elf, but I'm sure he's got some more wrinkles. I hope. Bastard.
Raish wants to slap him on the chest and be like, "Listen, watch." And he's going to call the waitress over and be like, "Ma'am, what year is it?"
Why, it's 4707, sir. Year of our Lord.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, what was your name again, miss? And like look at him like, don't you remember this girl as a kid?
Oh yes, I'm Jennifer Anthony.
Jennifer Anthony. Surely you remember Jennifer Anthony.
The old butcher's daughter? No.
Yes, yes, my father was the butcher. Before he passed, and we had to sell to Kelstrop to, to recoup Dad's gambling losses.
Is it my birthday? Or did I win a prize? I feel like you guys are setting me up for something. This is far too elaborate. There's no way.
Unfortunately, you can thank Cordova for the shenanigans and the pain he caused your brother.
You know, my brother was never much of a good actor. And that was, I couldn't tell if he was angry or happy.
There's a baby screaming.
Yeah, Hallie's. I'm gonna have to leave the room. Hallie's
Why
gotta have
are
a
they
bath.
so far? Have the rules of the bar changed so much in one day? For 15 years, as you say? Now we let children into bars? What is
I
this?
never said there were good
Well-
parents around.
They have to take a bath
Jenna
somewhere.
Anthony walks by with a baby on her breast, and she says, "Oh, thank you, to judge."
Listen, Tattoo, I think we need to talk about one important aspect. If you're going to be joining us, you need to understand I'm something of a purse holder for the party. If you find any gemstones or any gold,
Wait,
give that to me.
joining you guys? What are you talking about?
And that would be a lie, by the way. Don't trust him with shinies. They kind of mysteriously disappear. No offense. But,
How old is Raish?
and I'll lean over and be like, I need the money more than he does.
He's about a middle-aged rat. Not like old, he's not young.
Been around town for a long time.
I think because okay, hold on, I have this number because I know where you're headed with that idea.
Yep.
Raish is actually, where's his age? Oh shit, I didn't write his age. I'd say he's probably about 20.
What's
And
the
I
age
don't
of
think
maturity
Live
for
normal lifespans.
What's the age
He's-
of
he's-
maturity?
he's actually been in Sandpoint for 15 years in his backstory. So he would have been arriving at the time that you would have left.
I don't remember any people from the Warren being above ground here in Riddick.
Lots of things have changed. If you find any diamonds or emeralds, they are worth absolutely worthless.
They're not worthless. Give them to me. I'll tell you how much they were.
Let's roll a bluff check.
Yeah, let me do a bluff check on that one. We haven't rolled anything. Might as well roll something.
Yeah. Why not?
You're
Okay.
rolling a bluff
Bluff
check against
check.
what I said? Or did you
Oh, Nat 20'd it.
he's gonna believe you.
What's that total?
20 versus
19.
19.
All right. So
But I only
Okay.
believe lies if I fail by 10 or more.
You have a sneaking suspicion he's lying? Is that what it would be?
I know he's not telling the truth. I just don't know how much of it is a lie. I don't know what he's lying about, but something's not right.
yeah, something's not adding up, but you don't know what. That's the best way to put it. Like, wait a minute. Are they
So,
worthless
Tattoo.
and I should
Okay.
give them a raise, or are they worth something and I should give them to the horse?
Sorry, it's not 10, it's 5 or more. But I only failed by 1.
Okay. So
Tattoo, are you going to be joining us in this endeavor that we have found ourselves seeking out into the wild?
You do realize that when I showed up here, I was getting ready to go out into town then.
Okay.
To kill
So-
slaves.
The
What
question
you're
is, where were you
talking
trying to
about,
go?
I was the captain of the guard.
So do we need to go talk to the guards and watch them have a heart attack when you just show up, not finish the day?
Do we have to? Because I did not like my job very much. It was kind of boring.
Well,
But
then
what's the
not
job you're
leave you.
talking
not-
about?
You did not like killing slaves?
Say what?
You didn't like killing the slaves.
I can't hear a word anybody's saying.
So you didn't like killing the slaves.
There was no slaves. I freed slaves.
Mm.
I was a slave. I do not. No. There will be no slaves in Roderick's Cove, come hell or high water, on a holy Abadarian tidal wave of my fury.
Well, let me tell you something. There are some goblins in the woods south of here who have some slaves.
How long have they had these slaves?
2 days.
2 days?
2 days.
Where's the guards? And he just starts
Useless.
walking. He's walking out of the bar now, and you see him look around, and he takes a sharp left straight towards the captain's house, where he would imagine the captain's guardhouse would be.
Raish is following. He's waving to Hor to come too. He's like really excited about this.
All right. He'll get up and whistle for stop.
We have
You get
already
there,
spoken to the
and,
guards. You have to understand, and they told us we have to go south to find these slaves.
Juliet Friesen is there, outside of the guardhouse, and he's training a couple of new recruits. He's got, 2 or 3 younger guys standing there, all practicing archery.
Ethon walks up. He just kind of stands there for a second. At the moment,
Right there.
are you done?
He's
Are you dead?
trying to practice archery. He hit himself in the throat with a stick. He's okay. A second.
Sorry,
This
I'm just
happens
dying.
all the time. I see him out here. He's so bad at firing the bow.
At the moment, you see Tathon has actually pulled the chain coif up over his head. I can't, 1 second. I need to send Jeremy something on Discord so I can send it in Skype. This will take me just a second.
All right.
Whatever it is, that's the
But you
closest
see him
thing
stand
I don't
there.
have
He's
Discord
got his. I mean, I'm sending it through Skype so you guys can see it.
No, I'm still on the call, babe.
Sally, come on, Daddy's running. I have your cat.
All right. By the way, I can't see my computer, so I can't add anything if that's what you want me to do.
No. I'm sending it to you so that I can pick it up on Discord on my phone and then
Yes.
add it to Skype.
So complicated.
I know. I'm a complicated guy. I'm a time traveler.
Is that because you can't get
Joker?
Skype on your Apple computer?
Shut up.
You could just drop it in the Roll20.
Y'all could use Discord for this, but no.
I can open
Actually-
Discord.
Can't, because we can't record with Discord.
You know what? I'll just send it to the group Discord. Why am I even?
You know what, man? Just put it somewhere. We'll see it, okay? It's not a big deal.
So
a
yeah,
picture
he's
of your
standing there. He's standing there. He's got his coif popped up. He's got his arms crossed, sword now freshly lashed at his side. And as you're coming up behind him, trying to catch up with him, you notice on his back has been a large steel shield with the crest of Roderick's Cove guard across it, and a gold key emblazoned in the middle.
Okay.
Guys, what do you think your you roll on religion for me?
All right.
Sorry, I'm making you do a check to know what this shit is about my character. Please. Sorry, I had to take over for you there, Jeremy.
That's fine.
Uh,
What was the check?
Knowledge, religion. Yes, Jeremy, I think.
I mean, it depends on what you're trying to get them to check, but
Recognizing the shield with the gold
17.
key.
no, yeah. 100%.
That's the gold key of Abadar.
Yeah, more than enough.
Hey, what is that shit on your back?
It's a shield.
I didn't have to roll anything.
It's a shield. What's that shit on your face?
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Hey,
You,
why do you got the symbol on your back?
That's the symbol of Abadar. It's the golden key for freedom and free trade without oppression. It's also,
roll.
the rest of that is the symbol of the town of Roderick's Cove and the town of where the group that I was trained in my arts of holy retribution.
You guys figured out what class he is yet?
I'm
Nope.
gonna guess paladin.
Yeah. He's the angry
Shield
paladin.
paladin. Duh.
Raish is gonna call out to the guards as we're approaching and be like, "Look out! Here comes holy retribution!"
What are you
couple
trying
of
to
the-
do to us?
Yeah. A couple of the young recruits look up and, look back to their work like, oh, well, somebody coming up. And Juliet glances over her shoulder and looks back and then turns his head again. He goes, the hell? Tathon? Tathon, is that you? I don't know. This guy's accent changes every time I do him, but I'm gonna roll with it. Tathon, is that you?
Yes, it
Where
is.
the hell have you been?
That is not the question right now because I don't have the answer.
Oh,
The question is,
I'll fill you in on that one in a minute, but listen to this shit. Go. Tell him.
Right.
I swear, you guys are setting me up for something. But here's the point. These guys, who I just recently met, tell me that there's people who have been captured by goblins for over 3 days.
Dwarves.
Yeah.
It doesn't
dwarf.
matter who it is. And you're still in town.
Right.
Why?
Well, it's my job to be in town.
No, it's your job to protect the people.
Yeah. Our people. Listen. I've sent out men, some of the best men in our division, some of the best guard that we have, sent out 3 of them. All right, and they've not come back yet. I trust that these men will return with the matter well in hand. But as I, as I've had to argue with many older gentlemen that came from your era, I don't mean to insult, but town guards guard the town. I am here to protect the people of Roderick's Cove. I cannot do that if I am many miles south in the Chorewood.
See, this is a job for us.
I think that's the best answer I've ever given for why any town guard is not responding to the situation. Like, why aren't the town guard doing anything? Like in all Pathfinder games ever. Yeah.
Seriously, Josh, he's not doing anything because if he did it, we wouldn't get to do it. That's the reason.
Shut up, Kevin. Gosh. It's not my fault the NPCs don't know what their job really is.
This is a job for you, Tattoo. Let's go.
How many people did you send?
I sent 3 men.
Do we know how many people are missing?
To our knowledge, 2 dwarves. Now, if there's been any others taken from surrounding areas,
that's all I needed to know.
Way possible, but we know of 2 dwarves.
All right, so I'll be bringing your 3 soldiers and 2 dwarfs back in 2 days' time.
Well, let's hope so.
I like him.
Yeah, the town could definitely use some of your.
The conversation's over. Tathon is already like 20 feet away, going between houses towards the end of town.
Hey, wait for us! And I'll look at the guard and be like, by the way, he doesn't realize that the reason he's been missing is because Cordova zapped him here from the past. Do the paperwork. I gotta go.
Wait. You know that Halen's ferry is moved.
Sorry, what?
What did he say?
He was hollering after you guys. It's like, do you know that the ferry is moved? You know, the ferry migrates, but you'll have to cross the river, and then that was the ferry not in the same spot that Tathan would remember it.
Oh yeah,
And it's
we'll
unimportant.
follow
Let's
him anyway.
Well, I'm chasing after him because he started running off, and we'll learn really quick that it's gone.
You come up to him standing at the edge of the river.
I'm just
right
gonna
here.
go, dumbass.
All right.
That
All
way
right. Where
now.
do I go? All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that moved.
Both of y'all could just
couple years
point,
ago.
you know. Yeah, it's like a half-mile downriver. They found a shallower crossing.
I still don't believe any of this. I will find out
Raish-
which of you is lying to me.
Rich is gonna tap him on the leg and be like, "Do you have any actual tattoos?"
None that I'll show you.
Please
Well, maybe
don't
you'll
show
change
me
your
any.
mind. I've always been very interested. I cannot get them because of the fur.
You can when the fur gets burned off of you by a slave trader's brand.
Well, why would a slave trader want to burn me?
You missed the point. Figure it out.
I am not in the business of slaving.
Good, or you be dead where you stand.
Oh no.
Hey, leave him be.
He's
I
not
like
a
it.
slave trader. I will leave him alone.
He has a fire in him that Talim did not have.
You know, Talim's got a fire, I'll give you that, but it's the wrong kind of fire. That boy
Right,
burns too
Raish-
bright.
Raisha is very taken by elves, and you're a half elf, so he likes you.
And when you see that, when he turns around to actually give you that snide comment, you see his hair actually droop over to the side. And what you could see previously, where he had the elven ear on the left side, you see his hair droop over, and his other ear is a completely normal human ear.
I like that.
Like, you feel like he's not a normal half elf. If you like elves and you study them, you realize he does not look like a normal half elf, nor a human, nor an elf. He looks like a puzzle piece that was put together from two different puzzles.
Well, if Rach catches that, he's not going to call you out on it.
Okay, just putting it out there. It's like, that's a thing that you would notice being an elf fascinationist or some other actual word that someone other than Tathon would say.
Having grown up in a rat warren, you probably feel it's uncouth to point out genetic deformities.
Yes, he would not be that brazen. At least not right now. Maybe when he gets to know you.
Can you guys see the new map?
Oh, shit, there's a map.
Yes. There's the
mhm.
beach.
Good. All right. So, this is Halen's Ferry. Excuse me.
Oh god, we're gonna get jumped to the ferry. New map.
About 5 miles
So it
upriver,
begins.
Cove, where the Chevali River grows shallow for a short stretch. Twin rows of mismatched wooden pilings protrude from the water. This was originally intended to be the site of a bridge that would cross the river and continue the road south along the edge of the Churlwood. But plans for its construction have fallen apart after the pilings were driven into the river. Yet the covers are... Wait, huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah, the covers. I don't know why it's spelled wrong in the thing. Yeah, the covers are tenacious, and rather than abandon this handy link to the south side of the river, a resident of the cove known as Halen Rosker has taken it upon herself to move her ferry service down here, and she uses a barge that she is attached between the two sets of ropes to pull back and forth across the river. You get there, you see a not quite elderly, but probably in her 40s, 50s human female commoner, Hallen Rosker. She is standing on the on your side of the river, just tying up her boat and tidying up.
Are we too late for service?
No, never too late. I'll take you across the river all times of the day.
Fantastic. My friend here is paying. He points to Tathlon.
I regret to inform you, as I probably should have informed you in the bar, Cordova didn't bring my wallet.
I'll cover you this time.
Sorry, I'm not good at joking. I got it.
Well, you're a good friend. It's I'm afraid the price has gone up in recent years because of all the extra materials. I'm going to need 4 copper. Is that okay, hon?
Here, have a gold.
Yeah, like she gets this. All the blood drains from her face. Are you, sir? This is too much. This is.
You're going to give it to me, and I will correct it.
Don't touch it.
Give her the money.
I already gave her the gold. No, that will be more than enough. This will allow you to provide the service you provide and still be able to repair your ship. Without this ferry, we would not be able to go on the tasks we need, and people would have issues with their transportation of their goods. You're worth more than you give yourself. The gold is adequate.
There's a bridge a few miles down the road, but okay, it's fine.
Yeah, a few miles down the road.
No, you're right. It's fine.
Miles
It's fine.
down the road?
It's his money. He can do what he wants with it.
Ray's just already boarding the boat. Like, it's fine. Okay, come on, let's go.
Just go.
Yeah, Miss Rosker is untying the boat, and she said, "Well, of course, I'll take you right across, and thank you, gentlemen, so much. As it's going to take a few minutes for us to get over there. Maybe you can tell me about where you're going, what kind of trip you're taking." The boys seemed all dolled up for battle. Must be going somewhere important.
You seen any of the town guard coming through here lately?
Oh yeah. A few men came by just 3 days ago, give or take.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but does this charter provide any snack refreshments?
There's lots of fish if you can catch them. I pictured not just you sighing, like you crossing your arms and like flopping down onto your ass on the barge.
Yeah, he says something in rat folk language that you don't understand, just kind of angrily.
Yeah, I saw the guards. They came through just 3 days ago, give or take. Heading right across. I can't say that I've seen them come back though. Curious.
Okay. Then we're going the right direction.
Well, yeah, there's only one direction to go, so it's when you're crossing the river.
Well, we could have been crossing a bridge 3 miles down, but we wouldn't have gotten that information of the bridge they actually crossed, would we?
Let's take it out on her.
Oh, no, I'm not taking anything out on her. Am I, Raish?
We will be there anyway. We already know where to go.
And why has nobody gone yet?
We were waiting for you. 15 years we've been waiting.
You're late.
I'm rolling sense motive. I'm sorry, that's bullshit.
He's
Why
completely
did-
lying.
No, it's just no. I actually rolled really fucking terrible. Why does that say Tillian Care? Like I'm not Tillian right now. Fuck.
It says
Oh,
Devon
because
under
that's
there.
Yeah, I know. I just clicked on the wrong name. But no, I just rolled absolutely terrible. I actually have +10 in sense motive.
No, you rolled
You
the
want to
right
give me a
character
hard
sheet.
time. I am the one who told you about the slaves in the first place. You just... We are on the right path.
No, I'm just disappointed that my brother didn't already handle it.
It's not
Since
a
apparently
surprise.
he's been handling this for 15 years.
No, because your brother has been a damn teacher, not a soldier. Because no one else could do the teaching around here. Unfortunately, our guards have been whiny and pathetic and been following other people's orders. So take it up with the current captain.
Wait, my brother's teacher now?
He has been for quite a while, unbeknownst to
Where's my
our
father?
better judgment. About
Did my
that,
father leave looking for me?
I don't remember what happened to his dad.
You were
Yeah,
at the funeral service.
Oh yeah, that's right.
passed
No.
away and he didn't know. And he didn't know it.
He's been dead for quite a few years, actually. I didn't want
Okay,
to bring it up to you like
moving
that,
on.
but we can visit the grave on the way back if you'd like to give your condolences.
Oh, not today. I hope there's a lot of goblins.
Oh, you'll have plenty of goblins to fight.
There'll be
Yeah,
plenty of
you,
things to kill, just not the hostages.
If you'd say that out loud, yeah, she goes, "Oh, you're going after them dwarves, ain't you?" Yeah, I heard the guards talking about that. Yeah, they're trying to find the goblins for to get them dwarves back.
You wouldn't happen to have any information about them or what they're doing?
No. All I know is that them goblins, they's nasty. They's nasty, and then sitting in a wood full of nasty with them bandits and goblins and monsters and everything all in the chore wood. You pick which one is worse, though. Most of the
You
time,
make
at least
sure
people alive.
you make sure and take some of that gold to hire yourself some protection at this bridge.
Oh, yeah. I have to be careful though. If my gold might be taken from me, as I said. They're bandits. I have to hide it well.
Where do you hide it?
You stop.
Ah!
Leave the poor woman alone. I'll like
Tell you
swat at
what.
him a little bit.
She looks
Tell
at
you
you.
what, ma'am. Tell you what, ma'am. I'll give you 4 copper now, and I will. Do you know of my brother in town, Talim Kalik?
Oh yeah, sure. He taught my nephew how to read and do maths.
He's dumb as a box of rocks.
But my point is, go see my brother. Tell him I sent you. He'll make sure you're taken care of. I
he's
don't
gonna
care
be
how much
upset.
time you two say has passed. That is one thing that could not have changed about my brother and his caring for other people.
He's gonna throw a fit when you come back because he's as broke as I am.
And I would have it no other way. What? Apparently I've been gone for 15 years. So apparently I have to catch up on messing with my brother.
It's fine by me. Just don't get me involved.
Well, I didn't tell her to tell Talim that the orc sent her.
Good. Thank you for covering my ass. Because I don't want to have to deal with him.
But I'll do that
I
next
get
time.
enough lectures from him.
Well, just ignore him. He hates that.
What is this boat made of?
Yeah, what are we going across this ferry on? Yeah. Oh, because I'm kind of heavy.
I don't know, some really light wood.
Why do I have a feeling we're going to get sunk with you guys asking what the boat's made out of?
Damn it, Ray.
Rish is just bored with the conversation. He's like, checking out.
As y'all
My ass is going to sink.
What is the name of this ferry boat?
it's the barge.
The barge. Fascinating.
Yeah.
It's a ferry barge. It's just a raft. Why do people? Why would people name that?
I don't know. You people have a tendency to name
You
vessels.
people.
Yes. You people.
Ignore the rat. He's bored again. Can't keep his attention more than 5 minutes.
Who's talking?
All right. As y'all get to the southern shore and begin to step off the boat, and Halen starts to warn you. She says, "Now just be careful for the." Oh shit!
She stepped in some shit.
No,
Don't tell me she just died.
no.
And don't forget the.
She's saying, y'all watch out for the. Ah shit! And 3 bandits. Damn it! Step out of the underbrush. Yeah, it's I'll move them a little bit. The leader one steps forward. You recognize her as Lullaby Van Kaskeren.
They recognize her.
In the town. Oh yeah, they recognize her. She was in the town with that when that first fight broke off in the first session. And she looks out at y'all and she says, well. 4 new tolls. And do I recognize one of our own back there? And she looks back at Xavier, who is trying to look down at his feet and not quite make her gaze at the moment. She's like, boy, I feel like you've chosen the wrong side.
Are you threatening this child?
Next week.
I was going to try and end it before we got off the ferry. But yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is where we'll pick it up next week when Casey's with us.
I open fire.
Oh man, I just
He
see all
shoots
of
a
us.
hole in the boat. We're screwed.
I can just
Take this.
in my mind's eye, I see all of us standing on this ferry being pulled across, and we're kind of in a V formation. Xavier and the ferry woman in the back on each side, because Xavier's obviously he's stunned. He has no idea what to think anymore because now he's got to deal with Talim's other version of Talim, which is a whole different brand of asshole. And he doesn't know how to pick on him because he's a bully. And so is Tethon. And right up in front of them, on one side, in front of Xavier, is probably Dahor and Stop. And then Raish right there. And up in the front, looking cocky as a son of a bitch, is just Tethon with his shield and his arms crossed. Going, what do you want? And that's just the mind's eye of it. It's just like, yeah, and
There we go.
I
I got guys' characters on the screen.
Now I'm trying to remember if she was in the fight and she ran, or she just happened to see the fight.
She was in the fight. She was the main one of the road keepers that was
Okay, that was a.
She was the one that you threw out first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Yeah, I threw up and out of the ropes and that.
Yeah.
And then she grabbed you and yanked your legs out from under you.
I'm just gonna look at her on my first thing and be like, "Oh, so I get to kick your ass again."
Oh no. She wasn't in that Royal Rumble. She was in the she was involved in that first altercation with the horn
right.
in the square.
Oh, she's
yeah,
the one that
y'all
Talim
broke
dumped the
up
cuff
over
on.
her head. Yeah.
She's
Raish is gonna be all like, you picked the wrong barge. This woman has no money.
So yeah, she's not there to
Raish,
get money.
put it back.
The woman has paid her dues. Yeah, the woman has paid her protection money, I guess.
Okay. Hater protection money.
Yeah. And if y'all remember, this was the gang that Xavier joined. You know,
Mhm.
like he was with a bunch of other road keepers when he got caught stealing.
I gather that, yeah.
Okay, so out of character to tell you guys a little bit about how Tython is. Okay, so you know how Talim is. He throws his sword, and for whatever reason, he goes up and he hits things. Well, completely fucking stupid. He's a genius, but he's as dumb as a rock. Okay, now put that in chainmail and a big heavy steel shield and a smite, and that's Tython.
Nice. Now we're playing with fire.
Because
What's your
Talim
AC?
was literally acting like he imagined his brother would. Because it's the only way he knew how to handle altercations was the way that his brother handled altercations. So that's why Talim acted the way he did, is because he only knew fighting by what he had seen his brother, the paladin, do.
So you're that sword throwing paladin archetype.
Yes, I am.
So as a paladin, you're lawful good.
Correct.
So all of your threats to hurt me are just threats.
Unless you actually break a code that I have warned you about. But see, that's the difference in lawful good and paladin codes. Is it depends on whose laws they're following, what code he's abiding. He became a paladin of a code of freedom and free trade for people. And so if he has to kill these people or bonk you on the head once or twice to just to let you know, hey, that's not cool. You know,
you are lawful, a lawful good, which means you do have to adhere to those parameters. Someone who is lawful good doesn't coup de grace. Someone who's lawful good doesn't hit an opponent who's staggered. Lawful good doesn't initiate the altercation; they just react. Like you can retaliate against Raish if you see him break a natural law of the world, like do something outright evil or break a law of man. And other than that, doing bad things.
Here's an interesting thing, because Bellman left the party. So Raish killed that dude's father. He broke the law. And he was concerned about Bellman as a paladin. But Bellman left the party, and now we have another paladin here.
You also have destroyed the evidence too.
I did destroy the evidence.
And Tython wasn't around for that.
Yeah.
But it's not an unsolvable crime yet. Just
but
I'm not a captain of the guard anymore. That's not my problem.
Let's develop that a little bit. So what was his name? Brant Fromperton 15 years ago? Was he somebody that Tython would have known? Was he a good guy back then? Back when his wife was alive? Back when they were probably still just dating in their early 20s?
That gang that they're part of wasn't around probably in my time.
Yeah, no, it absolutely wasn't. That's a new thing. So maybe you had a good relationship with Brant.
Fromperton was one of my underlings. But
maybe.
He was a good soldier.
Now
but
he's dead.
I'm not a captain of the guard anymore. It's not my charge to investigate things that happened while I wasn't existing.
It's not your charge to investigate them, but if you were to find out that you were in the party with a murderer, you might have questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not even really sure how Dahor would answer that one, considering that he knew him, and that I think Dahor would try and find out why you murdered him.
Right.
And if he think it would be justice, then he may let it go just because he was a shit show of a guy.
Well,
it was another fun thing.
Don't let the paladin find out.
Is
Right.
your
Don't let the paladin
alignment
find out.
and deity like a known thing to the people of the town, or is that something you keep close to the vest?
What, my following of Abadar?
No, Dehor.
Oh,
Wait, say it again.
I said, is your alignment and your deity, like, is that something that you try to hide from people, or is that something that's well known?
No, he would have hidden that because like the one thing said he was trying to like bring the school back, so to speak. So yeah, no, he
Yeah.
would have kept that pretty hush because that's what he figured out why he was persecuted in the first place.
All right.
So yeah, he doesn't talk about that because he doesn't talk about a lot of things either. So he just
So technically, Tathan is in a party with a murderer and a worshiper of what was your skull? I think it was.
yeah,
Is
really?
your deity?
yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
you know,
So my grand overall arcing scheme was to eventually get my quote unquote religion back or group back. And the real shitty thing about my guy that you guys won't know is that he was slowly going to turn the children into the followers of that group. That's one of the reasons why he's taking care of the kids.
well, as long as you do it legally and give them the freedom of choice, it won't be a problem.
As long as you indoctrinate them freely.
Correct.
As long as it's their choice to join the murderous cult.
Yeah,
Right.
see, Raish isn't a follower of any particular religion. If anything, he's chaotic neutral.
You did what you felt was right. Just
Right.
don't.
Well,
let
it was
Path
an
on see it.
accident overall. It was an accident, but nobody
Yeah,
knows.
you only
about
pointed. You didn't mean to pull the trigger and have that bullet loaded. It just happened to be in the bullet at the time.
that. Yeah, he just happened to jump on me and I pulled the trigger. That's how he died. So it was an accident. But Raish has
But
other
nobody's
secrets
asked
that
you
you guys
about
don't know
that.
about yet.
But nobody knows those details.
Nobody knows. But I'm going to make it a point to start asking you guys more questions. I'm interested in why you didn't like your guard job for one, which we'll get into another time. But
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
once I start digging
obviously,
into your past, then I'm going to look over at Dehor and ask him questions. So that's
Yeah.
for another day.
yeah,
That's cool. Is Skull? While Skull is a neutral evil deity, one of the domains is liberation, and one of the subdomains is freedom. So y'all got a little bit of a common
we're
goal there.
literally opposite gods with the same goal.
You're basically the same people.
Just with different ways of doing things. Just
You
don't
people.
let me see you do things that I don't like.
Yeah, I
As a
won't think twice
minority,
from
I am
murdering someone.
allowed. As a minority, I am allowed to say "you people."
I am not going to justify that.
You people who build boats. Rat folk don't build boats.
Honestly, I
I'm
was
terrified if a rat
really,
folk built a boat.
I was actually really worried about having you on that raft. I was like, this is a bad omen
It will be the greatest boat you have ever seen.
as it sinks.
Why does he have a hammer and nails?
He's shooting holes in the floor. We should stop him right now.
Race the boat works. Stop fixing it the wrong way.
Oh, and
Giving
you
it
guys
points.
know that about rat folk. As a matter of fact, they are tinkerers. They like to. That's why he was able to figure out what the gun was in the first place. He's a tinkerer. So if we had stayed on the boat any longer, he would have been trying to find the engine or paddle wheel or whatever it was that was moving us along so he could check it out.
That's great.
So don't worry. Actually, there's plenty of things for you to try and weasel out of Tethon. And me and Jeremy spent like a week and a half making sure all the shit we wrote down matched with the actual story, and I wouldn't be causing problems with my background.
Yeah.
I was honestly surprised you put a new character there. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't think about that.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
do
it
y'all
was one thing
think
when
about
Jeremy,
that?
when Jeremy dropped the murderer rat bomb on us. How did y'all feel about surprise brother?
I was
I like the part where you had
generally
to
surprised.
role play with yourself.
Yes, that was pretty funny.
That was pretty great.
I couldn't tell if my voice was actually different.
It wasn't.
Not really. It was a little hard.
It was
It-
all the same in my head.
The pausing and then saying specific names helped a lot.
Yes. That did help. It
Right.
kind of reminded me of like the thing from was it Mass Effect, for that one race that has to explain their emotions as they speak.
Oh,
Joyfully surprised. Thank you for coming.
Sorry, I think my inability to make their voices different. One, their family. Two, I was panicking trying to think of what they were supposed to say at that time. I had it written down. I had written down whole plans of conversation. Couldn't find them. Went to open my character sheet. My background is blank. Oh fuck.
I mean,
Brushing
don't feel
teeth.
bad.
You did well.
I've been doing this shit, every week for what? How long has it been? 2 years now? A year? It's been forever.
Year and a half.
and
Yeah, almost 2 years actually. So,
on a good night, I can keep a character's voice consistent. I mean, listen back to tonight. Juliet's accent changed 4 times in one sentence. Like, I swear.
That's because she was flirting with Tathon. We all know that.
but hey, there's some consistencies. Like every single bartender is Russian.
I like that. It's one of my favorite things.
It's Roderick's Cove. Okay. Roderick's Cove. You don't serve the ale. The ale serves you.
Yeah.
By the way, this is my waitress. Her name is Ale.
But
That's the best I got on that one. I'm sorry.
that's all right. Talk about some of these other games for a minute. So, one of the cool things I was thinking about with checking out, like Blades in the Dark, or there's still, I still want to check out a game like Delta Green, is if we can get like a basic understanding of these rules. The game like, Blades in the Dark, we can play like a whole, the game is gone, you do scores and then you do downtime. And those are usually separate sessions. We can do a whole score in an hour and a half to 2 hours, a whole session of downtime in about the same amount of time. So on nights like this, when one person can't make it, rather than skip 3 weeks in a row, we can just start doing, play a 3-person game or 4-person game rather. Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got to come on every gig.
So,
I like where your head's at, but when we're running Starfinder in this situation, you guys will go into this battle with 3 people.
Yep.
There will be no, like, you didn't show up, you're not getting experience. So, but yeah, that's how I'm going to run it. And we're a ways off from that still, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say, I hope Josh is, Josh just said he had all this like dialogue written and lost his place and didn't have his background there. I hope that's not a prelude to the Goblin game you're planning.
No, I have duplicates of those in multiple places. I actually found the Tathon thing. I had just copied it into a Google document and forgot that that's where it was.
I have so many
Um,
Google documents, dude. I don't even know anymore.
There were
folders in
some Tathan
folders.
things that even surprised me. So like you'll have to like add that to his backstory document. Like the captain of the guard completely threw me off. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I had no reason to act like an asshole to the rest of the guards. And I was like, wait, what if I used to be one? Wait, what if I was the captain? Ooh. Roll with it.
Makes a
You
little bit of
dig it.
sense with the backstory you got.
Yeah, and especially with the way that you had put off that like Talim was like he was doing it to cover his brother's mantle. That was Talim, that was Tathon's job. That's why when Tathon disappeared, he had to start doing that because the
Gonna give
guards
away
had.
too much backstory in the after hours.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is all stuff that we actually have. We're just explaining it now. Is that
But I
right?
think we should be asking about it.
Yeah, I think it should. The rest of it should come out in gameplay. I mean, like where he was, like the stuff that they don't know already. Like,
Is that
what-
fine? I didn't mean to like throw you under a bus there for a minute, Jeremy. I was just like, fuck it, I was the captain of the guard. That's my job now. Since there's no one here from 15 years ago to say otherwise, it's mine.
You will find Mr. Freeson a very staunch opponent to you taking over his job.
I don't want his job back. Not if it sits me in town doing nothing. I'm just kidding.
He said he didn't like being in the guard, and I need to know why, but I want to find out in character. So
Yeah.
why don't we say goodbye to the recording and shut this thing down and play again next week?
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah,
next
recording where you could have gotten the answer.
Ah.
Say
Next
goodbye to
time.
the recording.
Bye,
Bye.
recording.